Hello everyone and welcome to another video on this channel. Just the other day I was looking at the race lap records for Donington Park and I noticed something. The lap record for a GTE car was very close to a lap record for the Formula 4 cars. So the lap record for the GTE being a 129.634, the lap record for the Formula 4 car being a 129.666. So of course I wondered which is faster and which would win in a race. Now we're gonna find out today in Assetto Corsa. Obviously those race lap records, there'll be different things that affected the lap time, so things like track condition, tyre wear, the amount of fuel the cars were running, but let's just have a bit of fun and see what happens anyway. We're gonna start off with a hot lap in each car. This is a Ferrari GTE, I think it's the 458, or it's based on the 458. It's actually a mod car, the Ferruccio. The 458 GTE is actually in this game, but this mod has a better sound, so we're going to use this. Anyway, I'll leave it linked down below, but these two cars get the lap time very differently. The GTE car has around about 460 horsepower, I think, something like that, which is like more than three times as much as what the Formula 4 car has. But this car does weigh twice as much and doesn't have as much in the way of aerodynamics, and the tyres are slightly different as well. But anyway, we're doing the Grand Prix layout, and we're going to see what sort of lap time we can get. It's a 129.6 was the lap record for both cars, but I'm going to see how close I can get. Even if I can just get within, if I can get within 2 seconds, I'll be happy enough. But it's been a nice, neat and tidy lap so far, as we come into the second to last hairpin here, and you've got to really slow the GTE car down. It's got a lot of weight behind it, but it's got so much power, it's gonna make up all its time in the straights, as we have a bit of a lock-up there. Obviously no anti-lock brakes in GTE cars, that's what makes them so much more fun to drive. But there we go, across the line in the Ferrari, or the Ferruccio, and let's see what lap time we got. A 130.2, so not far off the actual record. I'm pretty happy with that. Maybe the mod's a bit quick. Anyway, let's try it in a Formula 4 car now. This is the Race Sim Studio Formula 4 car, and let's see what this can do. Now this car gets its lap time in a completely different way to the GT car. You can carry so much more speed through the corners, and going from one car to the other, it's really weird kind of trying to adjust your brain to brake later and, you know, carry the speed through. But here we come round the crane of curves into the old hairpin. Look at that, you can carry so much speed through the corner in this thing, and it feels so lightweight, you can really chuck it around. But one thing I will say about the Formula 4 car is you might see me on the brakes, I don't trail brake as much into the corners. It's a lot more kind of snappy on the brakes. You've got to be quite careful with this car. It doesn't really like braking and turning at the same time. You have to be really delicate and really accurate with your braking inputs and when you turn in. But anyway, this is where it's going to lose out down this straight bit. We're going to absolutely muller the curbs there. I guess that's something else that I don't have to worry about as much as in real life, is the track limits. But here we come then, around the second to last corner. You can get on the power a lot earlier as well. The front end a lot happier to turn in, even on the power. But we come into the final corner, locking up there again. Obviously this car has no ABS, and unlike the GTE, it has no traction control either. But we're going to see what this is, and it's a 130.9, so 7/10 off in the hands of an idiot like me. But yeah, lap time's one thing. What would happen if these cars were to actually race each other? Let's find out. So here we are then on the grid, waiting for those lights to go out. I'm back in the Ferrari because I find it a little bit easier to drive. It is a lot more, I think, easy to drive, hard to master the GTE car. But we get boxed in a little bit at the start. You're going to see these things are going to absolutely embarrass the Formula 4 cars on the straights, but in the corners those F4 cars are just going to carry the speed through basically. But we get a good run there, and we're past nearly 3 of the Formula 4 cars already. There's one or two still up there in the mix. The front runners they've just left basically. Obviously, this car was a little bit quicker on the hot lap, and here you can see just the power difference. We're going on the brakes early. I don't want to hit any of these cars as we've got 3 Formula 4s in the mirror. And look at the run we get out of there. We're going to be in tight though, but and then the Formula 4 car just goes straight back around the outside. So much more speed through the corner. But we've got a couple of straights now where we can get the time back. But oh, we get squeezed out onto the grass there. Very aggressive from the AI. And yeah, the chicane we're going to lose out a little bit because just how light the Formula 4 car is as we come into this second to last hairpin then. And again, this is where we're going to lose out, understeering a bit through there, but we managed just to hold on. And yeah, it looks like all the other GTEs have just taken off. I think there's one more up there. Yeah, there he is. But I don't think the AI will be aggressive enough in the Formula 4 car to overtake the Ferrari in the corners. We'll see what happens though. But yeah, down this straight, once again, the power difference. But yep, we have to brake, we have to slow down for the corners, and we lose all this time again. So it's quite an interesting dynamic you have with these two cars. Obviously, it's not a perfect simulation, like I said. The track conditions and tyre wear and fuel will all be different on the actual day in the real world compared to what's happening now. But nowhere for us to go as that car in front just kind of parks it on the apex, and we got a little bit wide there, just with the GTE not wanting to turn in. It can't do the things that the Formula 4 car can in the corners, and you see there in his mirrors losing out so much through those through McLean's and Coppice. But we come down the straight then, and we gain us time, a little bit of time back. Hard on the brakes, not too hard though. You don't want to lock up, it's easily done. Cutting across the apex there. That's probably be track limits in real life, but we don't care about those things in the simulator. As the two cars in front fighting each other, they're not going to help each other out. As we kind of have Formula 4 versus GTE, a kind of teams battle here, but it looks like most of the GTEs have disappeared off now. So I do think this mod is a little bit quick as well. I mean, for someone who's not very quick to get within a second of a real world lap time, it does make me think this mod is maybe a little bit too quick compared to the actual car. But anyway, we're having fun, so who cares? But round we go then, round the crane of curves into the old hairpin. And yeah, around the old hairpin we just can't carry the speed, but on the exit we get the power down and we're gonna overtake. I only did 3 laps, just a quick little race to see the kind of dynamic of these two cars fighting, but we're gonna park it on the apex now. And yeah, if the car's in the way, the Formula 4 can't do much. But look at the amount of time we lose there. The other car in front just takes off round the corner, but then we take off down the straight as we come down for the last time. We get close, but we're going to have to brake. You can't really get these cars under braking. You have to wait on the corner exit, but that's not going to stop me. We're going to try a dive bomb towards the end of this little race, but we'll just about get his nose in, but we're just not close enough. Car ahead pulls away again round the corner. We have a little bit of an acceleration zone now, so maybe we can try and send it up the inside, but no, we just can't brake late enough. And yeah, in the end, it does look like the GTE is the quicker car, at least in the simulator. But that were a lot of fun anyway. I am interested to see actually the lap times, so we'll have a quick look at those. If we go to the timetable here, we'll see the best laps. Mine was a 1:30.3, so yeah, definitely a quick mod, I think. The other guy's doing 29s, the AI cars. The top one doing a 28, so definitely this mod's a little bit quick compared to the Formula 4 cars, which are like 2 seconds off the real world time, so maybe the Formula 4 is a bit slow. And anyway, who cares? It was fun. I hope you enjoyed this this little short video, just to have a little bit of fun, a little bit of an experiment. And yeah, I'll see you all in the next one.